A 401k plan is not a scam. It's just not the best way to save for retirement.
Exactly.
But it's been positioned that way. We have been told forever that what you do is you sign up and you max out your 401k plan and make it your primary retirement savings vehicle, right?
Can't do that anymore.
No. Okay, that's not the best plan. We're going to talk about 401k plans because they keep changing.
Huddle up, team. We are John and Tara Thorman, your money coaches, and we are here to help you win your money game. Big changes for your 401k in 2024. Big changes.
That's right. So I've seen these videos out there, right? 401k is a scam. A 401k plan is not a scam. It's just not the best way to save for retirement.
I would like you to tell Annie the original purpose of why it was created.
Okay, so the 401k plan is just over 40 years old, right? There was legislation, I think it was 1978, that was enacted, and then Benna, I think it's Ted Benna, the father of the 401k plan. The idea was to provide a way for highly compensated executives to defer compensation into the future.
Yes.
Okay, so they wouldn't have to pay taxes on it because it was a so high income tax rate.
Right. So it was for only those people that made a lot of money.
That was the idea, right? Highly compensated people defer income so you don't have to pay taxes at your high tax rate now, push it off into the future when possibly, hypothetically, you could be in a lower tax bracket.
Okay.
Now that made sense because if you look at the top marginal income tax brackets in the early 1980s, they were high. Like they were much higher than they are now. Throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, they were over 70%. It's crazy, right? The top marginal income tax bracket now is 37, but they were like over 70%. So it made sense at that point to defer taxes, okay? But they've kept the same mantra. They've kept the exact same pitch or sales pitch or story is that get a tax deduction now and defer the money to the future where you're likely going to be in a lower income tax bracket. This is not 1980 anymore, okay? And the world has changed dramatically. I mean, in 1980, the government had about $1 trillion of debt. Today, it's over 33 trillion, right? And there's another 100 trillion roughly that's not even showing up on the books. So we're in a totally different environment. And the top marginal income tax bracket now is at historically very low levels. So the best sense for you is to pay the taxes right now. Probably, I mean, I'm not a tax attorney. You need to check this out, but it's probably to your best advantage to pay the taxes now because you're going to be in a lower tax bracket, which you at least know what it is. And in the future, if you've listened to some of the experts, they're talking about tax rates might need to double in order to meet our future obligations. The thing is, with your 401k plan, you don't know what your future tax rate is going to be. The government can change that, just like they change these laws. They can change the tax rates, and you have no control over what your future income tax rate is going to be. So the encouragement is to pay the taxes now at a low known rate because the future is not known and could be much higher. Okay?
Makes sense, yep.
Okay. 401k, not a scam, just not the best option, best place for you to save for retirement. Now, you may be offended by that, right? Because everybody tells you that 401k is the best retirement plan. Max that thing out, put all the money you can into it. I'm here to tell you that that's probably not your best option. Okay? I don't like 401k plans because it takes the money and it puts it somewhere where you don't have access to it. Right?
Or you don't know how to ask, you don't know how to ask about it.
You lose the velocity of money, okay? And you enter basically a partnership with the government, and they're going to let you know how much tax you're going to owe them when you want to pull money out.
That's right.
But you can't just pull money out. Like there's rules and restrictions and limits and penalties if you want to access your money before 59 and a half.
That's right.
So my thinking is use a 401k plan where it's to your advantage. How does the 401k plan serve you? And use it to that limit that it serves you, right?
That makes better sense.
The way that a 401k plan can serve you is if there's a company match.
Yes.
That is a great option. So you may want to look at how can I put money into a 401k plan to maximize my company match. And this is exciting because the rules are changing, all right? And in 2024, you can use a 401k plan and put your money into a Roth 401k plan, and your contribution can go into a Roth 401k plan too, finally, okay? Not only that, the current legislation has it that a 401k, like a Roth 401k, had RMDs, required minimum distributions. Those are now being removed. So that was a sticky point where you might not want to use a Roth 401k because of the RMDs in the future. Well, that's now been removed. So that sticky point's gone. So that's a good reason. So I would say look at this and see what can I do to get all the company match, the free contributions I can, and put that into a Roth 401k plan so that you pay at a low known tax rate now because the future is unknown. And it looks like it could be a whole lot worse, okay? And we don't want you paying more taxes than absolutely necessary. All right.
For the first time ever, excess or remaining funds in your 529 education account can be rolled over tax-free to a Roth IRA.
This is great news, right? If you set up a 529 account for your children to save for their college fund, there was some major drawbacks for that because what if they didn't go to college? You know, like that was an issue, right? Well, this change gets rid of that. And you can change the beneficiary on your 529 accounts, okay? So you can move it around. You can make it you or your spouse or another child. But what I really like about this is now you can roll that money from a 529 account into your Roth IRA or your spouse's Roth IRA and not incur, taxes or a penalty.
Yeah.
So that is super good. There's some, regulations, there's some restrictions around that, like the 529's got to be open for at least 15 years, some things like that, but that's totally fine. You can make that work, but look at rolling some of that money from your 529 into a Roth IRA. So this next point, we did a video on this back in October. So talk about this change, baby.
This is where your employer can offer student debt relief through the workplace retirement plan, such as your 401k, by making a matching contribution tied to a participant's student loan repayment.
That's right. So we call this BOGO, right? It's a way to get buy one, get one free. So this is mind blowing. So basically, it's super flexible too. So essentially, you can just tell your employer that you are making debt payments to service your student loan debt and how much that is. And then they will make a matching contribution to your 401k plan. So you make the student loan payment and they make the matching contribution to your retirement account. So it's like buy one, get one.
Right. You don't even need your verification.
I know they're just taking your word for it.
It's very simple.
You don't even need to prove it. Watch our video. I'm going to put a link to it in the bottom that goes over those details, but definitely check that out. What else we got? What's new in the 401k plan for next year?
Yeah, emergency savings accounts are coming. Peace of mind account is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
We
Not
really,
for very much money, but
you're right. It's like for $2,500, and I really don't want to encourage you to commingle.
not what.
Right? Your emergency fund is completely different from your retirement account.
Right.
So please don't commingle those. But the idea,
They're
it's
wanting
up.
to bundle. That's
Yeah,
what they're doing.
they're bundling.
I know.
Yeah, Mahomes and Auto, right? We're bundling. But the idea here, I mean, I get it, but they are trying to encourage you to put more money into your 401k plan.
Right.
Save more money in your 401k plan.
Right.
Is it purely for, humanitarian reasons? I don't know. I'm suspect, okay? I don't really trust the motivations there. I know they're wanting to tax the heck out of it in the future.
Right.
I know that. But making money available to you in an emergency is great. I mean, that part I'm all about because I don't like all the limits and restrictions on the 401k plan to
And
begin with.
this one has no penalty either.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this one too is for domestic abuse victims under the age of 59 and a half, you can take up to $10,000 from your IRA or 401k without paying the 10% penalty tax.
Yeah, beautiful, right? I mean, people that are in a bad situation like that, help them out, right?
Right.
There shouldn't be a penalty
Right.
for that.
Absolutely.
But that's another reason not to put all your money into 401k plans.
Right.
Because there's limits, restrictions, penalties. Like, I don't like it. But that is a change, so that's good. And then there's a change on hardship withdrawals. What's that about?
Up to $1,000 can be withdrawn penalty-free from your IRA or 401k for emergency, even though you have not reached 59 and a half.
So again, that's good, right? We want to have access to our money.
Options.
It's not a lot of money, it's not a lot of access, but if you have no cash and your car breaks down and it's going to be $1,000, you need your car to get to work.
Right.
At least there's a way now to get the car fixed, and it's not going on a credit card at 25% or whatever, right? So that's okay. But guys, this is not the answer. Like seriously, the 401k plan is not the answer for all your financial issues.
Right.
It's not the answer for your retirement. It can be one piece of your retirement, right?
Yes.
You can have a traditional 401k. You're going to pay taxes on every withdrawal in the future at a much higher tax bracket, most likely. You can have a Roth 401k, pay the tax now. Love that option, especially if you're getting a match.
Right.
I would say do that, but don't overfund
Right.
your 401k plan. And by that, I mean, don't put more money into your plan if you're not getting a match on it. I want you to take individual control and manage your money separately from the government rules and restrictions and regulations and your plan rules and regulations and restrictions. Okay? There's better options, there's better solutions for you that will provide greater liquidity, greater growth options, lower fees. I mean, just all that kind of stuff. And I want you to explore those
Right.
and not follow the herd off the freaking cliff to your death.
Right.
Okay? Don't do that. If everybody's doing it, that's your cue. Don't. Like, go the other way. Okay? If everybody's putting money in their 401k plan and maxing it out, don't. Like, that's your sign. There's another option. Go the other direction. Okay? But I don't mind using it when it serves you.
Right. That's the whole thing.
That is the whole thing, I think, right?
So not a scam. It can serve you.
Right.
Find out what is best for your home.
Yeah. Do what's best for you. Find out how you can use it to serve you. Get the leverage, get the free money, and then do something different with the rest of your money, because you're going to need to put away way more money than the 10% or 15% to hit your retirement goal. Probably.
Yeah.
So you don't want that all tied up in government rules and regulations. So, all right, everybody. Well, that is it for this week. The 401k plans, they are changing,
Yeah.
and we want you to be aware of them and use the plan to serve you. Don't be a slave to the plan,
Right.
right?
So good.
All right. Everybody, drop us a line if you would. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're so glad to be here and doing this with you, and we want to keep doing it and keep helping you, encouraging you, inspiring you to reach your financial goals, live your best life. Okay? All right. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you on the next video.